right. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you tuning in by way of Facebook, those of you who may catch this on YouTube, as well as those of you on the podcast platforms. I'm Dr. Lakeisha McKnight. I do want to welcome you here to the Leadership TKO live night show. This is a show that I actually do live on Facebook and I place it on YouTube and podcast platforms. And we have a mission. And the mission, for those of you who may be here for the first time, the mission of Leadership TKO is really to empower men and women, network marketers, wealth builders across the globe with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. And so, if you're looking to grow your income, establish passive income, or even create generational wealth, this is a show, this is a video channel on YouTube, or perhaps even a podcast platform that you would want to tune into. And we go live with this particular show every Monday and every Wednesday around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're normally live on Facebook and the podcast platforms. And our goal is to really make this content available on the YouTube channel before that particular day is out. And so, again, welcome aboard to those of you who are joining us. Look, we just want to make sure that we are live and we're public on Facebook, that we're good to go. So let's go ahead and make sure and confirm that all is indeed well. All right, so I'm seeing it right there on Facebook. Let's make sure that we adjust it so that everybody sees it and not just me, because it was just the label said that it was only me that was seeing it, and we don't want that to be the case. We want this to be public. And then also we want to make sure more people are able to plug in to the stream. So let's go ahead and adjust that as well. I'm just setting a special feature so that more people can come in, can tune in to what it is that we do have going on. Now, we normally try to have a special topic that we address each and every time that we go live with the show. And so some of you may see and notice the title for today's message already, and that is Unlock Wealth, Unlocking Wealth, the power of compounding interest in your 2024 financial strategy. Okay, we're going to talk about unlocking wealth. Is that a part of your plan for 2024? You know, we're fast and moving close to concluding 2023. We're looking forward to 2024. We really always should be looking forward and not dwelling on the past, but looking at what it is that we can do as we're moving forward each and every day. And so, listen, as we're about to dive into the content on tonight, do me a favor, and for those of you who tune in live or the replay, let me know in the comment section your city and your state where you're tuning in from. I'd love to connect and meet new people. That's actually a part of my goal for 2024, is to meet new people, is to really up my game in terms of meeting new people, learning more about you and where you're actually from. Because the mission is really clear. We want more people to be free in every aspect of your life. It can be spiritual freedom, it can be financial freedom, it can be time freedom. We want you to be free. And if that's your goal, if you want freedom and you're chasing after freedom, type in the word freedom in the comment section for those of you who are tuning in tonight. And so go ahead and type the word freedom in the comment section. Freedom, freedom. For those of you who are tuning in on Facebook, I see you. Even those of you on my timeline or in a special wealth building group that I'm a part of, type in freedom. I see you, Dr. Patricia Goodman. Yes, Dr. Patricia Goodman is tuning in. Hey, Dr. Pat, welcome to the Leadership TKO show. I also see we have Miss Sherry White. Hey, Sherry. Welcome to the stream, the Leadership TKO show. Glad to have you on board. She's looking for freedom as well. Dr. Pat looking for freedom. She's tuning in from Suffolk, Virginia. And so, yes, go ahead and type in where you're tuning in from, everyone. Where are you tuning in from? I'm just glad to have you all here. Feel free to tag a few others that you want to be a part of what we're tuning into and what we're going over today. We're going to talk about unlocking wealth on today. So let me go ahead. I want to share my screen so that we can dive right on into this. Let's go ahead and do it. All right, share the screen. Give me a moment, everybody. Get this screen sharing up so we'll be good to go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Perfect. And voila. If you all can see us, type in I see it. If you see the screen that I have before you, type in I see it. If you can see the screen, type in I see it for me. I want to make sure that we are good to go, that there's no issues with our visuals, with our PPT, our presentation. Let's just make sure all is well, not try to rush through things so much. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but I want to make sure you all are able to see this. So yes, thank you, Dr. Pat. And thank you, Sherry, for letting me know that you can see it. Thank you, thank you. All right. So again, unlocking wealth, we're talking about the power of compound interest in your 2024 financial strategy. That's what we're going to be talking about on tonight. Let's keep this thing moving. Like I said, we really want to make a huge dent. We want to be able to achieve our goals in 2024. And a part of achieving your goals is planning. What are some things that you should be doing and focusing in on financially as we're going into the 2024 year? Now, a little bit about myself, for those of you that don't know, I've been building wealth for quite some time now. I want to say about 8 years, nonstop, under the mentorship of some great leaders like Dr. Ty Best, who has transitioned on, Miss Valerie Best. Also, of course, some of you may be familiar with our mentor, Mr. Michael Dalco, and other great leaders in the space. I definitely am connected to, like Miss Nitsa Nakos and others, right? Others, they're just doing some amazing things in the wealth building space. And so here we are. And I have a question as we're diving into this. This is the question. Have you ever wondered how some people amass great wealth while others struggle? This is the question. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to make it look really easy to build wealth, and then when you connect and you speak with other people, they're seeming to have a hard time building wealth? Have you ever wondered why or how people are doing it? Well, in the next 15 minutes, everyone, we're going to actually explore the concept of, number one, compound interest. Number two, we're going to talk about its significance. And number three, how to incorporate it into your 2024 financial plan. Now, little disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give you necessarily financial advice. I'm giving you some teaching points. And it's really your responsibility to go out and look and obtain more information, perhaps looking up more information on YouTube, connecting with me and others who may have access to resources where you can learn more, where you can apply these concepts to your personal life to be able to grow your own wealth. I can share with you based on my experience what I'm doing. You can choose to say, you know what, I want to look into that a bit further for yourself so that you can build wealth. So let's go ahead and dive in a bit. Let's understand compound interest. Yeah, I know you all say, well, Dr. Lakeisha, you talk about compound interest a lot. Well, I do. Okay, I do. We do talk about compound interest a lot, but it's important. Okay, it's very, very important. How many of you understand the power of compound interest? Type in me in the comment section if you are taking advantage and you're learning about compound interest. Type in the word me. I want to acknowledge those of you who are tuning in and really wanting to learn more about compound interest and applying it to your life. Type in the word me, because here is a simple way to think about it. And I see you, Dr. Pat. Dr. Pat is seeking to educate herself even more. Thank you for acknowledging that. You see, compound interest is the process where your investments earn interest. I see you, Sharon. You're seeking to learn more as well. Again, let me repeat that. Compound interest is the process where your investments earn interest, and that interest earns additional interest over time. This is a simple way to put it, everybody. Like if I were you, I would be tagging more people in this particular stream here. Compound interest is the process where investments earn interest, and then that interest earns additional interest over time. Okay, so it's not necessarily overnight. It's not a get rich quick. It is a strategy where you build your wealth, you're growing your money, the keywords, over time. Good evening, Mota Meyer. Welcome to the stream. I know she's someone who is definitely taking advantage of compound interest. Okay, compound interest, yes. Now, there are many platforms out here where we can learn more. We can actually give an example of how all of this can look. Shall we look at an example? Should we go to the calculator site and take a look at what compound interest looks like over time? Good evening, Amy Lewis. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Where are you tuning in from, Miss Amy? Where are you tuning in from, Miss Malta? Type it in the comment section. I know we would love to learn. We would love to know and acknowledge where you're tuning in from. So go ahead and type that in the chat. I'm gonna try to bring down my excitement just a teensy bit in my voice. I'm excited. Whenever we talk about growing money and helping people to win financially, I'm excited. I'm excited. Yes, I'm super excited. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna stop sharing real quick, but we're gonna actually take a look at the calculator site. Okay, real quick. Okay, so let's go really quickly to the calculator site. Now I'm going to show you my screen again in just a moment. Okay. I'm going to show you my screen in just a moment. Let's see. Present. Let's see if we can get that back up here. I'm not going to show you the entire. Let's see. Give me one moment, everybody. I'm going to make sure we're good. Okay. Perfect. All right. Here we go. Now, hopefully you can see my screen. I'm looking at the calculator site right here. And this is somewhere where you can go as well, everybody, if you want to take a look at this more in depth yourself. But I want to share with you how this works really, really quickly, everybody. Malta's in North Carolina. Amy's in Chesapeake, right here in my backyard. So let's just say, for example, you had a principal amount of, let's just make a bit amount. Let's just say 150. Let's just do that. 150, right? And you are getting 5% weekly. Let's just say weekly. Right now, you can change and adjust this to weekly. Okay. And let's just say this is going to happen for 18 months, that you're going to get 5% weekly. Matter of fact, let's do 52. It's 52. That's 12 months. All right, 12 months. Okay, and you were going to get this for 5% per week. We're just making up some numbers here. It's including all days of the week. Yes. All right, let's just calculate it and see if you were going to get 5% per week, and this is going to happen for a year. Let's calculate this, see what we're going to be coming up with. Good evening, April. See you plugging in as well. Good evening to you. Where are you tuning in from, April? Let us know. All right, take a look, everybody, at what we're looking at here. You started with 150. Let's go back to what we started with, $150. You compounded, you got 5% interest per week for a whole year. You didn't take anything out. You didn't make any more deposits. We're going to leave all of that blank. Take a look at what's happening. You started with 150, and after a year, your value for what you've put in, your value for your assets would be $2,029. Look at the massive growth that is an experience. Does anybody see what's going on here? This is huge. Take a look here. Now, if we were to bring this in a little closer, let's bring it in a little closer. Right? You started, make believe, of course, you started today. Okay. Every week you got the 5%. Look at what's happening for December. This is what happened for the month of December. So your 150 grew to 170. Then you received more interest. Your interest made you more interest and more money, so that after February, your balance now is 212. After February, of course, is 261. March, 325, so on and so forth for the entire year, everybody. The entire, you didn't put any, you just listened, you allowed your interest to make more money. Look at what happened. You now have over $2,000 in that account. 2,000. And for some of us, yes, Mota, we've seen this over and over and over again, and it should amaze you every single time. How many of you would like to see growth on your money like that? In a whole year? Yes, Mota. She helping me teach. See, it's gonna go past. You're planning on being here a year from now, right? You do plan on being here a year, 2 years, 3 years from now. So why not start to put your money to work for you and leverage compound interest? That's all we're simply saying. And this is the power of it. So of course, I'm gonna stop sharing that for a moment, right? And we're gonna get back, of course, to our handy dandy PowerPoint. Our handy dandy PowerPoint, because we want to continue to talk about what we was talking about. Here we go. Okay, so we took a look at the compound interest calculator, which should have blown each and every one of your minds. It should have blew your mind. Did it blow your mind? Did it? I mean, put those fire emojis. For those of you who just saw the demonstration of compound interest over the course of a year, with you getting 5% per week, that should have blew your mind by itself. Hello, good evening, Sharon. Welcome to the stream. It should have blew your mind. Okay, blown. So look, we're gonna keep this train moving. Now, why does compounding interest matter? Why does compounding your interest matter? Because compounding interest is the cornerstone of wealth building, because it allows your money to work for you. It allows your money to be able to work for you. Looking at an example, starting with $10,000, if you earn 7% annually, in 30 years, you'll have over 38,000, okay, 38,000 with compounding interest. And that's just 7% annual. Can you imagine if you were getting 7% per week? That 38,000 would be so much bigger. It'd be bigger than 38,000. Okay. But if you are not compounding it, if you were just taking in simple interest, you would only have 24,500. Okay, 24,500. So there is power in compounding your interest. And so let's talk about how you can possibly incorporate compounding interest in your 2024 financial plan. Let's talk about it. Yes, Amy, I agree with you. You can blink your eye in 2024. Before you know it, 2024 is going to be gone. We're talking about going into 2024. Like, I remember saying we're about to go into 2000. Here it is, 2024, 24 years later. 20 whole 4 years later. So here is what you can do. Here's what you can do. Okay? Start early. If you're jotting down some notes, start early. That means today. That means right now. Okay? Right now. Not yesterday. Right now. Okay? Right now. The earlier you begin, the more time your money must grow. Come on. And then Montemayor just throwing out some golden nuggets out there. She over here talking about the rule of 72. Yes, Mota. You better teach, girl. Teach. The earlier you begin, the more time your money must grow. Okay? Number 2, be consistent. Regular contributions, deposits. Some people just put one deposit and they're good. If you can afford to put more into your efforts of building wealth, that's even better. Regular contributions to your investments make a significant difference. They really do. And then the third point, spread your investments across different asset classes for risk management. Now, Sherry, I know you're talking about, you were saying, where's that rule? I promise you, you can look up a video on the rule of 72 and you'll find plenty of videos that talk about the rule of 72. So definitely go on to YouTube and type in the rule of 72 and you'll definitely find it. Okay. But yeah, number 3, diversify. You want to spread your investments across different asset classes for risk management. Okay, for risk management. So in other words, what they're saying is you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. Here is the problem with that. If a company goes down, there goes your money. That's like having one job. Some people say, well, I just got my job and that's it. The problem with that is that if you have a job and the job folds or the job does layovers or there is a pandemic, where is your money flowing from? Where is your other flow of income coming from? There's nothing if the job shuts down. So you want to have diversification. You don't want to have all of your eggs, all of your, just everything in one little area. The wealthy don't do that. They may not tell you outright. I'm just going to be honest. Sometimes they may not tell you outright. I got money here. I got money there. I got money here. They may not say that. But I can almost guarantee you that they have other streams of income. They may not be building a network with many different places. They may have their focus on one area when it comes to building a network, but they have other streams of income that are coming in, for sure. For sure. Okay? That's why when something goes down, you don't see them panicking because they have multiple streams. They have multiple streams. And let me tell you something. I have multiple streams. I don't have all of my eggs in one basket. No, absolutely not. And as a matter of fact, I have like an inner circle of women and men where I let them know, hey, these are some ways in which you can broaden, your portfolio and have multiple ways of bringing in income so that if something happens, boom, you're okay. You're good. Okay, you are absolutely good, right? Got to look out for your people. You got to look out for your people. So again, start early, be consistent, diversify. This is a huge way to plan for 2024. Huge. Now, you do want to avoid some common mistakes. Here's the first one. Neglecting risk. Neglecting risk. Okay, good question, Amy. Do you have an asset portfolio? That's a question that everybody should be asking themselves. But as it pertains to the common mistakes, you want to avoid, neglecting risk. See, not considering the risk associated with investments, because the truth of the matter is, not just with investments, but for everything. There's risk, okay? There's risk with everything. When you go out and you go take a walk, there's a risk doing that. When you're walking, you can walk on something and twist, and there you go. Something's happening. God forbid, right? In a car, you're driving in the car, you're in a plane. There's risk with everything. Me sitting on the stool, there's a risk for me sitting on the stool. I don't know if this risk is, this stool is sturdy enough to hold me up for a long period of time. I don't know. But there's risk with everything. So you want to manage, you want to mitigate your risk level. Number two, lack of diversification, putting all of your eggs in one single vehicle. One single vehicle. All of your money is in that. All of it. No, 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 no. The common thought is this: do not put more money, don't put money into something that you're not willing to lose. Some of you probably heard me say that quite recently, right? Because some people may have experienced some situations, we just put it that way, where you don't want to put money into something that you're not willing to lose, period. Okay? So you want to avoid putting all your money in a single investment. You want to be cautious of that. And then number three, impatience, expecting quick results and making impulsive decisions. You know how people put pressure on you? I need you to make a decision right now. This offer is only good during the time that you're on the call with me. If you don't make a decision while you're on the call with me, the special is going away. I don't like pressure. That's a sign of impatience, or trying to get some type of quick answer out of me, that where you can't give me the opportunity to sit back and make a wise choice. That's not good. Beware of that. Beware of the holidays, companies seeking to take advantage. Just be careful. Use wisdom. Please use wisdom. Okay? So neglecting risk, lack of diversification, impatience, these are things, common mistakes to avoid. Okay? Common mistakes to avoid. Now, here's the thing. You can't control the health of a company, because when it's time for a company to go, they're going. Okay? They're going. The only thing that you can do is just walk by faith and trust God in the decisions that you're making and learn lessons. There's no such thing. I heard this from Eric Worre today. There's no such thing as bad experiences. There's no such thing as good experiences. It's teachable moments. Teachable moments. It's a collection of teachable moments. There's no good experiences. There's no bad experiences. There's a collection of teachable moments. Okay? Teachable moments. You can learn from everything that you do. Everything you can learn from. Okay? Now, as we're wrapping this up, I want to share with you some tools and resources that will be very helpful for you. Some financial apps like YNAB. Okay, YNAB, like Money Dashboard. If you want to, manage your money using a desktop or a laptop, you can definitely look up Money Dashboard. I know that's one. Okay. Prism is another one. Prism. Right? Prism. You also have Mint. Some of you might have heard of Mint. If you've heard of any of these, let me know which ones that you've heard of. If you know of any other good ones, other good financial apps, also drop that in. I know some people deal with QuickBooks, which is connected to Intuit, right? Intuit. Hello, Eileen. Welcome to the stream. I know that rhymes, right? Eileen, welcome to the stream. Welcome, Eileen. Yep, Mint is definitely a good one. You have those investment calculators, which you all saw me use, which is the calculator site. There's also one that's called Compound Daily. I think it's .com or .org, one of those. But Compound Daily. I know, Malta. I catch myself rhyming for sure. But these are some great investment calculators to be able to utilize. And then online brokerage platforms. Online brokerage platforms. Yeah, I'm connected to quite a few of them. One of them you know about, that helps us to connect with companies, that allows us to grow our money. Some of you know that company already, where we deal with certificates. Okay, certificates of deposit, metaverse certificates. So that's definitely a great platform. Okay. We don't need to know everything. We just need to know the main things. Okay, the main things. And because of the relationships, that makes it even powerful. Okay, that makes it even more powerful. But there are platforms for sure that allows you to grow your money. And so you want to connect with your mentors, connect with your circle of wealth builders, because I'm quite sure they may be connected, well connected. Good evening, Brian. I'm sure they may be well connected to different platforms out there that will help you to be able to manage your wealth building efforts and being able to further grow your money, taking advantage of this concept of compounding. So what are the key takeaways today? What are the key takeaways from today's stream, this podcast, this video? And that is number one, compounding interest is a powerful tool for building wealth over time. If you're looking to gain like income for today, there are different things that you can do. You can build a business. Okay, if you need income for today, you can get into the business of sharing. Network marketing. You can market different platforms and they give you commissions for sharing the tools with other people. So you can be able to build a network, and as people make decisions, as people obtain certificates, for example, or any other product that a company offers, you can be given a generous commission for your efforts. And that's called network marketing. You didn't create the product. You're just marketing and promoting the product. Okay? Compounding interest is a powerful tool. It helps you build wealth over time. Keyword, over time. There are other platforms, though. There are platforms out there that help you to compound your money on a daily basis. Okay? On a daily basis, I'm just extremely grateful for the connections that God has afforded me to connect with directors of companies. I'm talking about on like board level directors of companies. He's just, and God is just amazing, guys. You know, and allowing me to connect with such individuals. And so I'm just extremely honored and grateful to be in positions like that. And so just understand that this is the possibility. This is what's out here. And so incorporated compounding, right? Compound interest. Incorporate compound interest into your 2024 financial plan to secure your financial future. Okay, to support, to really secure, to strengthen your financial future. All right, so everybody down with it? Who is excited about 2024? Who is excited about compounding, further compounding your interest as we're wrapping up 2023, going into 2024? Type in the word compound. I need you to type it in. Type in the word compound, compound, compound. All right, who's excited? I'm excited. I don't know if Dr. Pat's excited. I don't know if Malta's excited. Brian, Sherry, who's excited? Those of you who are tuning in right now, are you excited about compounding your money, building massive wealth as we're going into 2024? I just want to say special acknowledgement to Eric Warray. He may not even watch this video, but he motivated me on today. He did a special webinar on today, preparing people for 2024. And so again, I'm just excited and grateful for Eric Warray and the time that he spends just sowing value into the network marketing community. And so for those of you who are here, stay connected. Stay connected, stay connected, right? Connect with me on YouTube. You see my YouTube handle right there, Dr. Lakeisha McKnight. Instagram as well, Dr. Lakeisha McKnight. TikTok, the same as well with my handle, Dr. Lakeisha McKnight. Be connected, stay connected always. Okay, stay connected always. I'm gonna stop sharing for a moment. I'm just super excited. I'm elated at what God is doing. Yes, Amy Lewis, get excited. Thank you, Brian Lewis. He says, thanks for being a great person. You are a great human being as well, Brian. Thank you so very much. It's an honor to be connected to you in this season, right? Amy said, let's get excited. Let's get excited in here, right? Let's get excited. Absolutely. So excited. So excited. So with that in mind, listen, hopefully, you stay on board. You stay connected to what we have going on. Every Monday, every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember, Mondays is for marketing, network marketing Mondays. And then Wednesdays, it's wealth building. Okay? Wealth building. We're going to show you, give you concepts that's going to help you to build your wealth every single week. You can find me every week, Mondays and Wednesdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm here live on Facebook, live on the podcast platforms. When I say podcast, I'm talking about Google Podcasts. I'm talking about Amazon Music. I'm talking about iHeartRadio, many other major platforms out there, podcast platforms. I am on it. We are international, everybody. We are being heard in over 20 countries through the podcast platforms. And so extremely grateful for those of you who I am normally connected to in terms of building wealth. I'll be in touch with you. There's some great things coming down the pipeline. Sometimes a setback is setting you up for a comeback. For those of you who experienced a setback this year in any capacity, I may not know everything, but if you've experienced a setback of any kind, I believe that God is setting you up for a major comeback where Him and only Him will be able to be glorified. So with that in mind, I just want to say thank you so very much for plugging in to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. I look forward to coming back, Lord willing, on this coming Monday with some more content pertaining to network marketing. With that in mind, I'm going to encourage each and every one of you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night to you, and God bless.